It's in the news, don't forget to keep it funky. It's in the news, don't forget to eat your veggies. Spread the love, all you revolutionaries.
Hey friends! Chris Good, the Funky Farmer here. Welcome to the Funky Farmer Newsic program, where news meets music, funk meets veggies, love meets revolution. Today, part 3 in my series Germinate to Activate, where I'm spotlighting folks in the music, food, and activist worlds who are bringing creativity and vision to their work. Today, Theo Katzman, super talented singer-songwriter whose long-awaited album is going to hit the world November 15th. Tonight, his album release party at the Arc here in Ann Arbor. We're going to check out the concert, talk to Theo about the new album. Let's go check it out.
Well, this is my first full-length album. I'm really excited to be releasing it to the world. It's a total labor of love.
Every few days, every few days, there's a mess. You and me, bouncing checks, parking tickets. You swore that you'd pay.
I play drums on the album, guitar, most of the bass, a little bit of the piano, and I sing all the stuff. I wrote all the songs, so it's very much a Theo comprehensive.
Oh, every few days to say. Every few days to say that.
I wanted to do that because I wanted to have a documentation of my skill set as a musician as well as a songwriter, so that I could hopefully network with other musicians and hopefully work as a producer one day for other artists. I really like being in the studio, so this album is like a culmination of my writing plus my musicianship in a package together, so it's very exciting. I love the way it sounds. First time I've ever been happy with anything, really happy with something I've done.
Nice.
So this is it.
The real world is loving it only as much as I let it, and nothing more. As much as I let it, and nothing more.
Yep, that's the title. What's the deal with the title, right?
Does that mean you're broken in love?
Okay. I'm almost broke, and I'm definitely in love. The phrase romance without finance comes from longer phrase, which is romance without finance is a nuisance, which is something my dad used to say. And it comes from the song Romance Without Finance, an old jazz song. And basically that means, like, when you're falling in love, you start throwing down your money and you start, like, you want to take your lover out to dinner, and then you're this high roller and you just start throwing all your dough out and then you lose all your dough. So romance without finance is a nuisance. That's that spin on it. And I was thinking about how music is really that lover for me, like something I want to just put it through the, put it through the best recording gear and, like, take these songs for a spin in a convertible, take them out for a nice dinner, you know what I mean? Have them mastered by an engineer properly, so it's like a fancy dessert. Nice. If that makes sense. Nice. So that was the title of the album. That's where that came from.
I missed my first real anniversary 'cause I was drinking by myself, being an artist. Yeah, I was just too busy dreaming about songs, fame, and romance. And what a groovy night for a moon dance. I forgot it's not groovy when you're all alone. I know nothing's ever over if I can prove my intentions were good. My sense but something clever to say to you. I can't, my tail's tucked between my knees, and I feel real sheepish. Oh, I just called to tell you I love you, tell you I love you. I just called to tell you really nothing at all.
Hi, this is Matthew Altruda, host of Tree Town Sound on 107.1. my good friend Chris Good of Mutual Kumquat and the Funky Farmer. I mean, Theo has done so much for the music community here. From teaching kids to rocking with My Dear Disco to going out solo and taking over the country. I have had a chance to listen to his new CD, and I've been friends with him for a long time, and the musical talent that he has is unbelievable.
I can get them when I need, but not today. What's the use in trying to stay inside the seams where you stitched your hopes and dreams back in the day?
Oh man, great question. Well, I was in a band, so I recently moved to New York from Ann Arbor, but I've been in Ann Arbor for the last 7 years of my life, and during that time there was just so much music happening in town, and I was in a band called My Dear Disco, which I was one of the first members of that band as that came together during college, when I was at college at U of M, and that really taught me so much about life and music, just working with those people and being in a band, going on the road, being organized, being disorganized, learning how to be organized, trumping your organization with more disorganization, and just growing up really. That was an amazing experience.
Theo is love massive, man. He just exudes energy and creativity and beauty, and he's the man. He's awesome. It's great to be around him.
We've been talking to the week. We don't even have to speak. 23's the time to be. Spend the rest on chocolate treats. Grab your bag and crack the beer. Drink the whole damn thing right here. With our so near. 50 feet from love's end.
Then Red Arrow Highway is a project I started with Andrew Kratzit, who's a phenomenal bass player and songwriter, and he and I were writing songs, and that was more of my folk focus. Anyway, that was so My Dear Disco was more of the electro side of my personality. Red Arrow Highway was more of the folk rock side of my personality.
I lost my cell phone. We might get blown, but I know we'll get home. Driving on the country back road.
This group Wolfpack, which I'm in with Jack Stratton, Woody Goss, and Joe Dart, that's like this throwback instrumental funk, no lyrics, just total groove snippets. It's not even long tunes, it's just a minute and a half of groove. That project influenced me greatly in the production of my first solo album here, because those guys are all about one take, just getting it in the studio, just getting in the zone, no edits. And I really found a creative space with the idea of just doing it, getting in the studio and doing it. And I wanted, I guess there's a rawness to that I really feel speaks to something about my music that's really almost the entire core of what it is there's something about the rawness to it that I wanted to convey.
I met Theo at the school music, and we were like jamming on some Alicia Keys harmonies and stuff. Like, Theo's a creative dude. He has been from what I hear, the time he was born. It's just gonna keep going. You know what I mean?
You were so tiny and growing, growing, growing. I didn't know you were going, going, going. And then one day you were gone. Gone into the life that was meant for your style.
Actually, there's a song in there called Growing, Growing, Gone, which is one of my favorite songs in the album. And my dad wrote the lyrics to it. It's actually a poem. My dad sent me a poem one day that he wrote for me when I was an infant about how, like, he didn't realize I was going to grow up one day. It was like a vision of me leaving and being my own person. And he sent me the poem, and I wrote a song to it. So that's super cool to be able to be like, yeah, I wrote the music, my dad wrote the lyrics, you know?
So smile, oh Dad, 'cause that's the past already. So smile, oh Dad, 'cause that's the past of me. So smile, ooh, Dad.
When an artist writes a song and creates a song, they don't own it anymore. The person who's listening to it does. And Theo's music makes me want to kiss my mom, hug my kid. The love is there. I feel it all around me, all the time.
Your turn, Ann Arbor.
Feel love all the time, all around me, all the time. I feel love all the time, all around me, all the time.
Oh man, I have no idea. There's always this, like, seems like there's this grand plan. There's no plan. I guess I want the music to do the talking here. I think that, you know, in 2011, it's sort of like hard to know what to do with an album. You know, it's like, okay, so you made this album and you really like it, but what do you do with it? You know, is anyone gonna buy it? Like, do you get it to a label? Do you even want a label? Are labels the devil? You know, there's really so much information out there that it can be very confusing when you're a musician, as I'm sure Funky Farmer knows. We're in the same boat here in that respect. But I'm going to try to get it out to people who I think will like it. I would like this album to open the doors to make another album. That's always the goal, really. Tyler Duncan, who's a great friend of mine and a phenomenal musician, he always said, man, your album needs to be no better than getting you to make the next album. Like, it's got to be good enough to get you to the next album. That's what it's all about. You just want to do it again and you want to continue. So that's really what I'm looking to do, is be able to make another record and make records forever.
I wanna be free today, I wanna be free tomorrow, I wanna be free forever.
Thank you.
What's in the news? Don't forget to keep it funky. What's in the news? Don't forget to eat your veggies. Spread the love, all you revolutionaries.
Buy a CD.